Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 16e and compare it against the iPhone 11 and see which particular iPhone is the better one for you. Now, it's probably quite obvious that the iPhone 16e is the better one here, but is it the best one to go and upgrade to? There might be some other devices that might be better, and there might be some ways that the iPhone 11 is actually a better phone than the 16e. So we'll take a look at all these things throughout this whole entire video. First things first though, if you want to pick up either one of these particular iPhones though, links will be down in the description below. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these particular phones, the iPhone 11, which came out back in 2019, on the front side of this phone is going to be giving you a 6.1-inch IPS LCD panel. So this type of panel, for the most part, it is going to be fairly outdated when it kind of comes down to it. Pretty thick bezels on it, you're getting the notch up top. It's a fairly outdated type of device. You're also getting curved sides on this phone. So most phones now are flat-sided, this one is curved. So you're definitely getting somewhat of like an outdated type of design when it comes down to this type of phone. So, I mean, those are kind of the big things to kind of keep in mind here. Like if you're going to go through and kind of pick up a phone, well, what's the point of picking up a phone like this if it's already going to be severely outdated from a design perspective? So that's always going to be one really big thing to keep in mind there. Again, it may not be the biggest deal in the world, but that is going to be a fairly outdated type of layout if you're going to go through and buy this type of phone. With the iPhone 16e, on the other hand, this type of device, I would imagine, is definitely an overall better looking type of phone when it kind of comes down to it. So the 16e, it's giving you a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. So this type of panel, without a doubt, is definitely going to be the one that is going to look a lot better. So this one is going to be OLED, which is going to be amazing, but also you're going to be getting a phone that's going to be giving you a smaller notch up top, a way less bezel on it too. And if you're going to go through and pick up a phone, like I said before, this is going to be the one that I would look at and highly recommend people to buy because it's such a good looking phone. It has so much capability from that side. And I do think this in and of itself is a beautiful type of device when it comes down to it. So when it comes down to the front side, definitely the iPhone 16e wins. On the bottom, the iPhone 11 is giving you a Lightning port. The iPhone 16e is giving you a USB Type-C port. That is in and of itself another really big takeaway here. Because if you're going to go through and pick up a device, well, you're going to be able to buy a phone on the iPhone 16e that is definitely going to look substantially better. So with having that charging port right there, that is in and of itself another really big takeaway. I love USB-C and it is way better than Lightning. On the back side of both, you're getting a glass back inside of the iPhone 11, whereas on the iPhone 16e, you're getting this frosted glass back. So once again, this is going to be another very big thing to keep in mind here too, because if you're wanting the phone that is going to be giving you better capability here, once again, the frosted glass back definitely feels better and looks better than the iPhone 11's solid glass back. But on top of that, one big thing and one big takeaway you're going to have to keep in mind here is that with something like the iPhone 11, this phone is going to be giving you a dual camera setup on the backside, whereas on the iPhone 16e, you're going to be getting a single camera setup. So this right here has always been one of the more kind of craziest takeaways here. If you're going to go through and pick up a phone, it is actually quite crazy to kind of pick up a phone now that is a single camera setup. I guess Apple kind of made do with what they had, but it was a really crazy thing in and of itself. So overall, what I'll definitely tell you on the exterior, I definitely do think the iPhone 16e is a better feeling phone. It looks great. It's a better phone in general. But the iPhone 11's main advantage here is that it is still giving you a dual camera setup on the backside. In terms of pricing, the iPhone 11 you can probably buy for like $100 and something nowadays. The 16e is brand new, retailing for $599. So that right there is going to be another very funny, interesting thing to kind of keep in mind here with these two devices as well. When it comes down to the camera side though, the iPhone 11, like I said before, has a dual 12 megapixel camera setup on the back, a wide and ultra wide camera. The iPhone 16e is giving you a single 48 megapixel fusion camera lens. It's like a 2-in-1 camera, they say. So the iPhone 11 has that ultra wide camera. You can zoom out a lot with 0.5x zoom. The iPhone 16e can give you 2x zoom, so it zooms in twice as much as the iPhone 11. Unfortunately, the iPhone 16e does not give you an ultra-wide camera, so you cannot go through and basically, zoom out 0.5x on the iPhone 16e. So once again, that is in and of itself a really big concern here, because if you're wanting a phone and you're wanting a phone that's going to be giving you better capability, you would imagine that something like an iPhone 16e could be the one that could be giving you that in some ways. But in reality, the iPhone 11 is giving you some other capability in some other ways. So it's kind of this whole entire thing. It's just like so many back and forths here. But in my personal opinion, if I'm looking at both these devices, I would probably look at something like an iPhone 16e as probably being the better camera. Also, the iPhone 16e is giving you visual intelligence, so that is also another cool camera feature from that side as well. But like I said before, definitely when it comes down to it, you're definitely going to be getting a better overall device inside of something like the iPhone 16e than the iPhone 11. Now, one other very big takeaway here too is with software support. If you're trying to get the phone that's going to be the longer lasting software supported iPhone, it's definitely going to be something like an iPhone 16e. There's a very high chance the iPhone 11 might end up being done with software support probably in the next couple of years, right? Probably in the next year or two, honestly. There's a very big chance this phone is probably going to be done getting software support. So what would even be the point of buying a phone that's almost done getting software support? Well, there's an advantage there. You're still getting some updates, so it's still like a year or two out. But when we're really kind of comparing it, if you're taking a look at something like an iPhone 11 or, compared to an iPhone 16e, the 16e is going to be giving you a substantially better experience here. So in almost every single way you can imagine, if you're wanting the device that is going to be giving you better capability, once again, the 16e is going to be a phone that's going to be lasting for a very long amount of time. And especially when it comes down to the battery life, the iPhone 11 is claimed to be giving you like 17 hours of video playback. The 16e, 26 hours of video playback. I'll have to test it further and all that, but that is also a very crazy thing to kind of have happen there. Like that type of device on the iPhone 16e is giving you killer battery life. It's going to just dominate it when it comes down to that side. And I do think that is in and of itself another super cool thing to kind of keep in mind there from that side. Finally, the iPhone 11 is giving you an Apple A13 Bionic chip inside of it with 4 gigs of RAM, where the iPhone 16e is giving you the Apple A18 chipset inside with 8 gigs of RAM. So this is in and of itself another very big, massive takeaway here. If you're going to go through and pick up a phone with this type of capability, the iPhone 16e is definitely going to be giving you a very good type of chipset and a very good type of experience when it kind of comes down to the performance. Like that is a very good type of performing device. If you're going to go through and pick up a phone, that is basically one of the better types of phones and devices that you can basically buy. It's a beautiful phone. That phone is so fast, and it's also going to be giving you Apple Intelligence too. So that is another really cool thing to kind of keep in mind there with that type of device, because you are getting such an amazing type of experience there when it kind of comes down to it. So in my personal opinion, when I'm looking at these two phones, it's kind of interesting. There's really only two main advantages of the iPhone 11. One is the fact that it's giving you an ultra-wide camera, and two, it's the fact that it's so much cheaper, and from a price per dollar standpoint, that one might be a better device for some people. But for a lot of people out there, I would say like 99% of people out there, the 16e is going to be a better iPhone. But I still feel like this. I don't think I would upgrade from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 16e. I think I would rather go and upgrade from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 15 Pro. I say this in every video. The 16e is not a bad phone by any means. It's just not as good of a phone compared to what you can get in the used market. Like I'd rather recommend buying an iPhone 15 Pro that's giving you a ProMotion display and similar performance, similar capability, Apple Intelligence and stuff, but it's giving you a way better camera too. So I feel like the 15 Pro would be the way to go. The 16e for the price just really isn't worth it. And if you're wanting the better phone, the 16e is there, but the 15 Pro is better than both these phones. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.